Hi guys, Kevin here with a look at the Trackmania Turbo Beta running on the Xbox One. I'm going to be taking a look at a few events in the career mode, checking out all 4 environments, starting off with the Canyon Grand Drift. So on we go to the first event. Drop from a huge height, straight into a left, a right and another left. Playing from the chase cam, which I prefer in this game. So approaching a big jump, hitting the turbo pads, and look at that for some air. Get a great look there at the Grand Canyon environment. Very nice. Into a U-turn, big drift. And again, keeping it going. Chucking the left, drift. And approaching the finish line. So nothing massively hard at the start, of course. So moving on to another Canyon Grand Drift event. Uphill section here into a sort of a left, tight left, and again keeping that drift going. You know, it's certainly not an easy game. You really do have to learn the controls, very sensitive controls. We'll see more on that later. And again into a big left, keeping it going around here in the hairpin. Good fun when you get it right, but very challenging, it has to be said. But yeah, when it goes right, it's very satisfying indeed. And that's it, across the finish line. So we're going to move on to the Down and Dirty Valley. A couple of events from here. Starting with the first event then. Again, dropped in a great height. A couple of obstacles there to avoid, nice and easy though. Into the jump, very easy to get the jump wrong. You can see I was off centre there. Totally upset the balance of the car. I was lucky to actually land. And oh dear, making contact there. And yeah, we're going to start again. Because this game is all about pursuit for perfection. Or, you know, as close as you can get it, certainly. So, we'll try again into the jump, much straighter this time. Nice landing, all 4 wheels landing at virtually the same time. Into a right drift again though, hitting the side barrier there. It's the sensitivity that I'm struggling with. You know, I think you really do have to sort of turn in later than you expect. And look at that, bang! Oh, straight into the lamppost. And going backwards over the turbo jump there. No, that's not good enough. We'll try again. And that's like the addictive nature of this game. Once you know, if you make a little mistake, you try again. You know, you sort of appeals to the addictive nature in people where they just want to shave off tenths of seconds. And all we've got to do is hit the restart button. And away you go. I made contact once again there with the barrier on the right, so I'm not quite getting it right. But yeah, it's all about trying again. Practicing. Practice makes perfect and all that. So we try again. Turn in a little bit later. Still making a bit of contact there. Lost my spoiler. And I thought, no, that'll do. Want to move on to other events. So a big jump there. Into the finish, pretty straightforward event that one. So moving on to the second here. Again, nice environments. Some lovely looking white cliffs. You know, and the draw distance as well is surprisingly good. It all looks very nice indeed. It sort of has that quintessential 90s arcade look to it, you know, which certainly brings back memories for me, and I'm sure it does for a lot of you guys too. So already approaching, oh, I thought that was the finish line. No, it's not. There it is. There's the finish line. And away we go to the next event. So Roller Coaster Lagoon, which is basically modelled on an environment in Southeast Asia. And as you can see, the roller coaster fast approaching. Now you'll notice that I went from third person view to first person view. I actually thought I hit the view button by mistake. But actually the game puts you in the first person view once you're sort of tackling these loops and twisty sections, which completely threw me off. As you can see, I keep hitting the barriers there. So I thought I'd try again, because I didn't think, I thought I actually hit the button, the view change button myself, and it happened again, and I realised, okay, so the game is actually doing this itself. So I'm now having to get used to the first person view, which I don't particularly like a massive deal, it has to be said. I do prefer the chase cam, which is unusual for me in racing games, but I feel it works particularly well in this game because of its fast nature, I guess. So we move on to another event. Well, no, sorry, it's the same event again, isn't it? Yes, it is. So just looking for a little bit faster lap time. Again, look at this. Imagine playing this in VR. I mean, goodness me. That must be quite some experience. Probably a good candidate for motion sickness for those that struggle with that. The speed, though, very fast indeed. So moving on, look at the height we're at. Wow. Massive, massive drop. Landing at 200. I'm not sure if that's miles per hour or kilometers per hour. I haven't got a clue. But we know it's fast. So yeah, potentially a lot of fun this game. It does have 4-player split screen. It will be making its way over to the PS4, Xbox One and PC in just a matter of days. In fact, when you're viewing this video, it'll probably end up already out. And of course there's the double driver feature as well, where 2 players get to control one car, and the input on the car only happens if both players' inputs match. So dropping back in for another attempt. Tricky environment this one. I found this one to be really tough. Some of the events on this environment were really, really difficult, and these are only some of the first events in the game, of course, so I can't imagine how tricky this game actually gets when you get deep into it, because yeah, some of these early events, I mean, I was surprised just how hard some of these early events really were, and you do need sort of cat-like reflexes, a lot of practice. I suppose once you really get used to the controls, you know, you would be completing perfect laps, but it's going to take a lot of patience and a lot of practice. So we're going to move on to the International Stadium, the 4th and final environment in the beta. Checking out the first event then. So again, dropped in by helicopter, and I think the international stadium is certainly one of the more interesting environments. Lots of drifts, lots of tricky sections of track. Fairly straightforward start here though. To a long sweeping left. And that's it. Well, very simple first event, as I end up sideways, backways, every which way over the finish line. Doesn't matter as long as you're fast, that's all that matters. So we're checking out the second event then. This is actually going to be the last track that I look at in this video. So, into a right-hander here, tricky one. Have to drift it round and then you're into a sharp left. Easy to get caught out through there. Again, a pretty big left into a big jump. Look at that. So, not quite getting that right. We'll have a restart. And away we go then. So, through the pillars there. Into the massive sort of right hairpin. Slow one, so you can take it at good speed. A little bit of a drift there. And again, just sort of applying the brakes, but only very subtly. You want to keep the speed up, of course. Again, a tricky left. Oh, I tried to carry too much speed through there. I thought I could just get a little bit faster through that section, but I was caught out with the understeer there. So as I say, it's all about practicing, it's all about trial and error. It's all about crashing and learning from your mistakes. It's all about trying to extract those tenths of seconds, if you're so inclined to do so, in the pursuit of the sort of perfect lap. Although, of course, there is no such thing as a perfect lap. And again, look at that. So the back wheel's hitting the ground first, hard, and sending the car's front over its back, as it were. So we'll try again. Again, once you know these things, you try to adjust your style. I'm not quite sure about that jump though. I'm not sure what I'm actually doing wrong. I'm thinking to myself, do I have to hit the brakes before I make the jump? But then I'm thinking no, because the Ghost just flies ahead of me. There you go, you can see the Ghost car there in front, just flying past me, so there's no way I need to brake there. So maybe it's a case of not carrying enough speed through there. I'll try again anyway. To the right again. There we go, braking. Again. Tyres squealing away as they on the limit of grip there. Chucking it in here. Trying to straighten up as best I can, but no. Got it all wrong, and once again the car flips over, and we're going to leave it there. Clearly I need a bit more practice with Trackmania Turbo, so I'll get on with that, and we'll have more on Trackmania Turbo coming shortly.
Well, how do you like it?